first open up AVIATOR app, you're presented with a Call 911 dialog, at which point you can either call 911 directly from the app or... So when first using AVIATOR, it is recommended to go to the My Account section in order to set up your personal preferences for using the app. And here you can set your name, just to give it a bit more of a personal feel. In addition, you can set your preferred county, and what that does is it allows you to pick the county in which you either live in or frequent most, so that way when you search for service providers, only service providers in that county are initially returned. And then finally, there's this quick hide website feature. And what that allows you to do is, say you frequent yahoo.com, and at any point, if you need to quickly exit the app, you can click on this eye icon at the top right-hand corner of the bar, and that will automatically take you out of the app and navigate you to whatever website that you enter there. So that's everything in the profile summary. In the trusted contacts, you have a list of your trusted contacts, so their name and number, and the idea here is that you would list 3 to 5 close friends with a custom emergency message, and in the event that you need to contact them kind of clandestinely, you can do so by clicking on this little heart icon in the upper right hand corner. And what that will do is it will automatically notify your friends that something is amiss and that they should contact you. Or in this case, order a pizza is a safe phrase, and yeah, your friends would know what to do in that case. And then finally, we have favorite services listed. And these may be services that you find yourself frequenting, and you just want a quick place where you can easily access them and all of their information. So if you click on one, it will bring you automatically to their detail page, and we'll go over that in more detail in just a minute. So the primary feature of AVIATOR is personal resources. And in personal resources, we have resources divided into 2 different categories. There are general categories and there are crime categories. General categories are meant to focus on those who are more victims of circumstance. Maybe they lost their job, or their house was destroyed in a fire or a tornado, and they're looking for very basic needs to help them get back on their feet. On the other end, we have crime categories, and these are meant for victims of crime specifically. So if I am a victim of domestic violence, or maybe I'm not sure exactly what I'm a victim of, or I want to know the definition of these crimes specifically, I can click on this information bubble, and it gives me a very high level overview of what that particular crime involves, or what kind of service providers I may be able to find. So we'll go with domestic violence, and when I click on that, I get a list of all the different service providers in Montgomery County, because that's what I set in the My Account page, that specialize specifically in domestic partner violence. And as you see here, it's populating, or it's estimating the distance between my location and the location of the service provider. So right now my location is set to downtown Dayton, and for example, it's saying that I'm about 6 miles away from Good Samaritan North. So I can scroll and I can view all of these different service providers. If I know of a particular service provider that I'm looking for, I can instantly search for them, and that will automatically limit the service providers that I see. Or maybe I'm in a situation where I'm in a crisis and I need to talk to someone immediately. If I click on this quick call tab over here, this lists all of the service providers that will be able to provide a 24-hour manned line that I can talk to in the event that I'm going through a crisis that's related to domestic partner violence. So In addition to searching through the list, I can also go to the map here and see exactly where service providers are relative to my location. So numbers, although they're great, they sometimes are not as easy to understand as a picture. So here I can see that both Daybreak and Legal Aid of Western Ohio are very close to my location. So in fact, I might be able to walk to them. Again, just like in the list, if I do a search, I automatically get a filtered list of all the service providers with FAM in the name. So, for example, Planned Parenthood, Southwest Kettering Center, oops. So yeah, if I go back to the list here, so I can either click on those little map icons to get the details, or I can click on the table cells here. And in the provider details page, a brief description of what the service provider does is provided, in addition to several nifty features. So if I click on the call button, it will automatically bring up the phone dialog to call a service provider. If I click on email this provider, it will automatically populate an email that I can send or request more information from that provider. Or finally, if I do visit website, it will open up the website of that particular service provider. So those are the three main features. Another nifty feature is getting turn-by-turn directions from your location to the location of the service provider. And right here, all the app does is it passes your information, your location information, along with the service provider's location information to whatever your default mapping app is. In this case, it's Google Maps, and it automatically routes you based on your current location to that service provider. So if I back out of here and go up here to the menu, I can also share with friends. So if I'm searching on behalf of a friend, I can send their basic information, or the service provider's basic information. So again, I get a basic description, phone, email, and website. All of that can go to a friend. Okay, and as mentioned before, I can also tag a service provider as a favorite, and that will show up in my favorites list under my account. So, and similar to crimes, if I go back to general, maybe I need different health resources, and clicking on the information bubble will yield a description of the types of service providers that are involved in this health category. So if I click on that, I'll get a list set of all the different service providers that involve the health field. And here you'll see a couple of different categories. In this case, it includes both mental health and hospitals and clinics. And if I click on the filter, I can easily filter the types of service providers that I want to see based on specific health subcategories. I can also pick multiple counties if I wanted to, but in this case I'll just leave it at Montgomery County. And there's all of the mental health service providers that help, that are a part of the health category. So everything else from here on out is basically going to be the same flavor of personal resources, just more specialized. So under law and corrections, we have law enforcement and corrections facilities, all in Montgomery County at the moment. But yeah, I can click on any one of these and be able to call them directly or get directions, so on and so forth. Same with the corrections down here. And one of the more unique things that wasn't part of personal resources is this Vine tab. And what that allows you to do is either visit the Vine website directly, by clicking on the Go to Website link. You also have the ability to either download or open the Vine native app straight from your phone. And since the Vine app is already installed on my phone, when the Google Play Store opens, I have the ability to open it right from the app. If I didn't, it would just prompt me to install it. Bring up the Play Store where you could sign in and download the app or just open it straight away. On the victim compensation side, right now it's just one general support service provider, but again, I can map it, I can list it, I can do filters, so on and so forth. Under special populations,